you watch him a little bit more than I do. Is his entrance always like that? Of him walking kind of slow like that? Because at first I thought, man, is he hurt? I
No,
thought he was injured.
he changed it since he joined the Bullet Club. That's how he comes out now, as from like the Bullet Club. I think he used to run out actually, but yeah, I mean he looked great out there as well. I mean every guy in this match shined bright. I mean they really did. This match is really fun. Bullet Club is represented in 3 different companies now, which is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So also, I don't know if we touched on this, but someone a lot of us know was out there tweeting during this show, which was Chris Jericho.
Yeah,
He was
Chris Jericho
tweeting
had a couple of tweets out. Yeah, yes, he did. He complimented a couple of matches in one tweet, and then he complimented the hair versus mask match
yeah,
as
which we'll
well.
get
And then he also talked about the Cruise match with Marty Scurll coming up in September. So
yeah, that was very cool
yeah,
that Jericho was out there tweeting. But yeah, this match is awesome. I didn't think Johnny was going to win it, but hey, good for him. I mean, a lot of crazy stuff in this match. This match is unbelievable. I love this match. A great opener for Impact. It just sucks that this match wasn't for the X Division title or something like that. That's one of my other gripes about it. But yeah, I mean, yeah, this was a good match.
It was a good. I think I said last night that they should have this match open the show. This is a type of match that I think if you had on any type of a show, New Japan, WWE, you would have to have this match to open it up, get the crowd going, get them excited, get them out of their seats. And this was the perfect. If not this match, 5150 would have been the other match I would have thought that they would have thrown out first. But this match, man, was pretty good. And like I said, I complained when I saw on Twitter that Petey Williams was being replaced or being placed in for Rich Swann. I was like, I wish it was someone else. He pretty much slapped me in the face and told me to shut up because that match he put on a great performance and no interference from Killer Cross or nothing like that. It was just an all-around good match.
Yeah, it was a good overall good wrestling show. No big outside interferences at all like we are so used to. But yeah, I mean, and Petey Williams was perfect because and a big credit to this crowd because he was a fan favorite because he's from Canada, so it made perfect sense. And this crowd was awesome tonight. It wasn't a hijacking crowd like we get in the WE, but this was a good, solid wrestling crowd.
I mean, you got to kind of give props to the crowd tonight because it was a refreshing crowd. It wasn't the crowd, like Dave says, that tries to hijack the TV show. It said awesome chants when it was needed. You know, they did the correct chants at the right times. It wasn't like they were trying to pretty much hijack the whole show. And it was refreshing. It wasn't, you know how WWE crowds are. You don't need to explain it. And it was just a refreshing crowd tonight. Any other thoughts on this Fatal 4-Way match? You would have to assume, I could be wrong, that since Johnny Impact gets the win, maybe he's going to be the new #1 contender for the X Division title?
I mean, maybe. Who knows? I mean, it's possible. I don't know if this was just like a throwaway match or just a match to have a great match, and they did that. I don't know. I mean, we'll see where going forward what happens.
Yes, and
but I mean,
okay, I got you.
Yeah, and we do know for sure. I'm not sure about Johnny Impact, but I do know that Ishimori is going to be there tomorrow because they announced on their Periscope that if you want to see the new what's her name, Lady Scarlet or whatever, before she airs
on Impact, they already announced 2 matches for tapings. I know they announced, I think, Phoenix versus Sami Callihan.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and then they announced another one. I can't believe, I can't remember which one it was, but I think it was another match they advertised.
Yeah, but I guess it's going to happen on Monday.
Yeah, the Johnny versus Cage with Tara. Oh, absolutely. And like Dave mentioned last night, these 2 guys have had a match before. So we saw a little bit of what – hey, what's up, Ducks fan? How you doing tonight? We saw a little bit of what we in store for Brian Cage because we're gonna talk about that match next because I want to get into that match.
Hey, really quick.
Go ahead.
I mean, did you like the setup and the ring and how they did all that stuff? I really loved it.
It was a different type of setup. If you guys I don't know if they have anything to do with this when they show their shows on Twitch. But if you don't watch Impact on or their channel on Twitch, then you wouldn't be used to these type of camera angles because when they show their independent shows that they promote on their Twitch channel, these camera angles are often used. And it seemed to me, and I could be wrong, the environment reminded me a lot of an independent show. You know what I mean? Because of the camera angles, you know, how small the crowd was. And I'm not meaning that in any type of a bad way. It just seemed that type of way. And it was refreshing. It was different. The camera angles, some of them were kind of too zoomed in at times. Sometimes they miss stuff. But hey, they'll get the hang of it after the more they do these type of shows. But for the most part, I didn't really mind it. It didn't bother me too much.
One thing I loved about this setup and the ring and all that, and how they had it, and the place looked amazing. I mean, it really did. That place just looked amazing to watch. It really did feel something big. But I can recall a lot of Impact Wrestling, or even I'll go back TNA pay-per-views back in the day when they wouldn't do nothing. You remember that, when they wouldn't do nothing for the show? You would just have a big thing on the Titantron that said Bound for Glory. They wouldn't change the ropes. They would just have Impact, and that would be it.
Yeah, it looked like a regular show. Yeah, I feel you. That used to be that one of the gripes I would have with Impact is that it always looked like a regular show. It looked like a regular taping. Every pay-per-view just looked like an Impact show. And you're right. They went the extra mile. They had a different type of a stage. Yes, the ring ropes were a different type of color. Yes, yellow. It looked like they put a lot of effort into it. I only saw the pre-show on Periscope. They did put a lot of effort into the show. They did a good job tonight. Yeah, the camera angles sometimes were funky, shaky. Maybe this was a new test for them. I'm not sure. Hopefully, Bound for Glory in October will be a little bit better in the camera department. But other than that, I mean, that's a nitpick, I think, opinion on that. Other than that, and audio issues as well, a couple of audio issues inside the arena. I can feel you on that. Let's jump into this. What Dave? What's up?
Go ahead. I was just saying, y'all was agreeing.
Oh, wait. My bad. All right. X Division Championship match. Brian Cage, Matt Sydal. And we griped about this match a lot during our prediction show. You know, how are we supposed to believe a guy like Matt Sydal can go into a match against Brian Cage and win? Look believable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This match was beautiful. And someone on Twitter made a good point, and I can't remember who it was, that Brian Cage's style, he's able to fit this X Division because he can do the athletic stunts, the backflips, the moonsaults, the jump out of the ring type of moves that, you know, what the X Division is all about for the most part. I thought Sydal looked good. I love the part where he gets out of the ring, Brian Cage is looking for him, he crawls underneath the other side of the ring, comes up and attacks him. I thought that was very smart way to use a guy that is smaller in stature against a guy like Brian Cage. But so give me some of your thoughts as well, Dave, on this match where we did see a new champion crowned in Brian Cage.
I mean, the match was good, don't get me wrong, but I still didn't go into the match, oh, wow, Sydal is going to retain his title. I still didn't go into it. It was still a good match. And, yes, Cage can do some crazy stuff, and he's really fun to watch. I love Cage, but I still feel that, I don't know, I just don't think it's fair to have a guy the size of Cage in the X Division. I just don't. But, you know what, the match was fun. I enjoyed the match. But if he's going to do like we talked about last night and take the X Division title and cash it in for a world title shot against Austin Aries or whoever the champion is, stay tuned. I mean, we'll see. I mean, yeah, I mean, that'll be fine. But I just think if that opening match we talked about a few minutes ago would have been for the X Division title, that match would have been unbelievable. That's the type of guys who should be in the match. But you know what? Cage did a good job. We weren't really surprised he won because how could Sydal really beat him straight up? I think it's impossible. But yeah, the match was still fun though.
Yeah, I see a lot of people talking about Samoa Joe being in the X Division, and when he was in it, nobody complained about it.
Yeah, but Samoa Joe wasn't that big. He was but he was not even nowhere near as big as he is now. He was smaller. And he wasn't looking like Brian Cage. And I get that. There have been bigger guys in the X Division. I get that. But for me, personally, I would much rather see the guys that we see in the opening match fighting for the X Division title. Nothing against Cage. I like Cage. I think he's fun to watch. But yeah, that's just me.
Your whole thing is you rather see Cage against these heavyweight guys like a Killer Cross or Moose,
Yeah.
like guys like that, other than him getting thrown into these cruiserweight matches where it's for the most part it's hard to believe any of those guys in the X division can beat Brian Cage. Is that what you're trying to say? Pretty for the
Yeah.
most part, like if
Yeah,
you
I
name the
get why
guys in
people
the
are
X
mad about
division,
it.
I know it's wrestling and stuff like that. But if you're being realistic about it, you name off guys in the X division who realistically can probably beat Brian Cage, other than maybe Johnny Impact.
Well, Adam Bomb says the X Division is pretty much dead. I disagree with that. I don't know if that's what he actually meant, but I don't think. I think you can still have Cage go out there facing guys and still looking great, but I mean, it doesn't have to be just him throwing guys around. I mean, I'm not saying he just threw Seidel around, but it kind of did seem like that a lot in a lot of this match. Yeah, Seidel looked good, but there's no way he was going to beat Brian Cage. I mean, he's built like a monster. I mean, yes, even in Lucha Underground, he faced a lot of guys who were smaller than him. I get that too, but I mean, I don't know. I would just like something different for Cage because he's so big and he would be your world champion. I think he's going to be the world champion. I just think other guys would be better at this suited. Would help the title could help them get over a lot more than Cage doesn't need the title.
Yeah, I think for the most part, the X Division title isn't what the X Division title used to be. I think it's more important now. I think it's more of like a mid card title because when you have it to where it's a no limit title, no limit weight title, and guys like a Brian Cage can go for the title. I think it's more of your because there's no more grand championship. There's technically no really mid level card title on Impact Wrestling other than if you want to say X Division title. That's about it. So that's technically their, if you want to say, and I'm not trying to compare it to WWE, but their IC title of some sort. So I can see it, and maybe Brian Cage keeps the title and wants to make it, prestigious and keep it for a while. We'll see.
Yeah,
but I thought the match itself was good. I thought Matt Sydal looked really good in the match.
Yeah, but what people are saying is, a lot of stuff people are saying is, oh, well, it doesn't matter how big you are. You can do this and that. But what made the X Division, yes, you can throw Samoa Joe in there, fine. He was a bigger guy. He wasn't classified as a cruiserweight. Fine, I'll give you that. No, he wasn't. But he wasn't that big either. But when you look at what made TNA back in the day when it first started, guys like AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels, Kazarian, Low Key, guys who were the kind of the smaller stature guys who were out there killing it in these crazy X Division matches.
I remember this Lashley and Samoa Joe winning the X Division title. Lashley won the X Division title?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I didn't like that either. I remember that. Lashley had all the titles, and he was going to...
Oh, that's right. I remember that. Yeah. Now I remember that.
I didn't like that way.
As a smart wrestler, Cage just looked as a man who knew he could win with one hit. I agree. They booked Sydal perfect. They didn't make it seem like he didn't belong in the ring with Brian Cage. He took advantage of Brian Cage for a little bit to where you thought maybe, possibly, he could pull off. I don't want to say upset because he's the champ, but pull off the upset because I think everybody pretty much, if we put out the poll question on who you thought was going to win, I think it would be 100% Brian Cage is going to come out the new champ. But for a minute there, they kind of made it seem like maybe Sydal may pull off the upset and win and keep the title. But Brian Cage catches him slipping, ends up beating him. And hey, man, my Sydal almost killed himself with that. Was it the 5-star? Catches his legs on the ropes, and that could have been bad. That could have been breaking necks, stopping the show, type of dangerous right there. And I hope maybe he did that on purpose and he was used to doing that. But man, that was very dangerous and could have been really bad. But luckily he was okay.
Sydal still has, in my opinion, the best shooting star press in wrestling. There might be some other guys who are doing it a lot differently, but Sydal does the shooting star press the best, in my opinion. No one like him.
His looks so easy, like anybody could do it. He makes it look so easy.
It's like doing it. Yeah, go ahead.
It doesn't seem like he never messes up on the move, except for tonight. But it never looks like he can do it anywhere. You know
Yeah,
what I
but
mean?
when I see Seidel do the shooting star press, it's like he's doing it in slow motion all the time. You know,
Yeah,
it looks
there you go.
so.
There you go. I like that's a good one. I like that. I like that. That's good. That's good. Again, everybody, if you're new to the show, we are Get the Tables podcast. We are live every Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Special night tonight because of the Slammiversary show. We are always live after WWE pay-per-views and Impact Wrestling pay-per-views, so we will be back live in October after Bound for Glory. So just to let you guys know, if you're Impact fans and you're new to the show, hit that follow button. We also do Impact reviews on Thursday nights after the show goes off the air. So if you're new, hit that follow button so you get these live notifications. We also talk WWE and New Japan Pro Wrestling. Tuesday nights are our Raw and SmackDown post shows, and then Saturday nights we just shoot the shit, talk about whatever is going on in the wrestling world, and touch on any rumors and stuff like that going around town. So thank you again for joining us. Appreciate that. And if you also, we are so close. I mean, this close to becoming a super broadcaster on Periscope. I think we need about 25,000 more super hearts, and we hit that mark. So if you're any type of kind and generous to donate some super hearts, we appreciate it. If not, the regular hearts in the channel are just as good. So we do appreciate y'all joining us. Let's move on to the Tessa Blanchard and Allie match. And I thought this was probably the best match I've seen Allie have since watching Impact on a regular basis. Tessa Blanchard gets the much-needed win. I thought the match was pretty good. I thought this was probably one of the best matches we've seen two women have in any promotion in quite some time, at least this year. Your thoughts, Dave?
Yeah, I really enjoyed this match. I wasn't even tweeting during this match. I was sitting my phone down watching it because it was just. A lot of people might only know Allie, but I remember watching her as Cherry Bomb, and that's basically, it seems like a lot to me because, man, they were going out there, they're killing it on the outside, the inside, and talk about people dying. I thought Allie was about to die in the ring when she took that Frankenstein off the rope. It looked like she landed right on her head. I was like, holy crap. Yeah. I mean, but yeah, this match was really fun. I mean, it was hard hitting. They just laid it in. I mean, it wasn't no soft WE, or I don't want to say WE Divas match, but it was really hardcore hitting. It was a fun match. To me, this match was better than the women's title match.
Yeah, definitely. And man, Allie took her crazy bump off the top of the rope with the Hurricane Rana. If anybody hasn't seen it, I'm sure you'll see the gifs rolling around Twitter. It was a pretty brutal spot to where Allie almost landed right on the top of her head almost. It was pretty crazy. She ended up being okay, but it was a pretty brutal spot. And we almost saw two people die tonight with Matt Sydal and Allie. But all in all, pretty good match. Tessa finally gets the win. Not sure where this leads to. I don't know if they're going to have her move up to Su Yung quite yet, or if there's someone else in line. We have to see and wait and find out. But, yeah, let's move on to the next match of the night, which was Eddie Edwards taking on Tommy Dreamer in the House of Hardcore match. And I got a lot of people responded to me because Eddie Edwards gets the win. I didn't really mind the match too much, but I thought this match would be a little bit more brutal. And if you want me to be in comparison, this match I thought was going to be what we saw in the hair versus mask match. You know what I mean? I thought it was going to be that brutal. I thought we were going to see Dreamer and Edwards full of blood. I mean, crazy spots. So much. So I know we saw the nail gun. That was pretty crazy. We don't see that very often in hardcore matches these days. But I thought the match was going to be a little bit more brutal. And Tommy Dreamer didn't even get busted open. That was crazy. Yeah, usually he's the one that gets busted open in these type of matches. But your thoughts, Dave, of Eddie Edwards winning, and in the end where he looks like he may be turning back to his regular self?
Well, I was kind of lost because I was expecting, like you said, a lot of blood and a lot of crazy stuff in this match. I don't know if I'd expect light bulbs, but like Babruski was saying, but I mean, yeah, I thought this was going to be like crazy match, a lot of blood. And when we did see blood, I was like, oh, so we got blood. And then all of a sudden I noticed the blood was just fake blood. It was rubbed on. So I was like, okay, that's not blood. And then, how often do you see a table get set up in the ring? Not saying there was had to be set on fire like it was teased, but you never see a table get set up in the ring and never get used. I mean, that table just sat there and never got used, which is really weird. But yeah, this match, I was a little disappointed in this match because I was expecting more.
Yeah, that's all. I thought we were going to get more. I mean, sure, Tommy Dreamer, being his age, I'm sure. I mean, some of those shots he took were brutal. I mean, the spot on the ring, the ring guardrails looked like Eddie Edwards couldn't get him up all the way, so it looked like he landed on the back of his ass on his tailbone. I'm sure that hurt. I mean, some of those moves that they did to each other were pretty brutal in itself, but I thought we were going to see a lot more. Like, I thought we were going to see thumbtacks. I thought we were going to see crazy shit. Like when I hear House of Hardcore, what we see on their House of Hardcore is nothing really what we saw tonight. It was kind of a PG, a little bit PG-13. Thank you, Jody, for the super hearts. Really appreciate that. I thought those two other matches we got, was the 51-50 and the hair versus mask match, was way more brutal than what we got between those two guys.
Well, who knows? Maybe they were rushed. Maybe they were rushed for time because they were cutting it towards the end there.
That is very true. What do you think this leads with Eddie Edwards?
Well, we didn't really touch on it, but at the very end, it looked like they were going to almost go at it again, but they ended up hugging, and then Tommy Dreamer gave him the kendo stick as, I guess what Callis said, the kind of the symbolic passing of the torch that Eddie is the new innovator of violence, I guess. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, his wife even came down there and said it's over, and then, yeah, I mean, so, yeah, I mean, it was what it was. I actually thought she was going to get it there to low blow Tommy. I thought that's what she was going to do.
Thought we were going to see some type of a swerve. I didn't like the passing of the stick, Eddie Hardcore. Huh? Yeah, does Eddie fit the hardcore type of guy? He doesn't to me.
Lately, he has been, in a way, maybe he doesn't fit it as a look-wise, but he's had those hardcore matches with Sami Callihan, and now with Tommy Dreamer. So, I mean, I guess that's the route they're going. Maybe they're going to bring in a hardcore title. Who knows?
Well, thank you for coming in here and trying to stick around, Reverend. We really appreciate that. Thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight on a late Sunday night. I know a lot of people may have to work tomorrow night, so we do appreciate you guys popping in here and chilling with us. We're not sure what's next for Eddie. Looks like he's turning into his regular self again. I guess we're going to have to wait and see what happens this Thursday.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello, Dave. I'm here.
Oh, there you are.
I was going to say that don't forget, there will be Impact spoilers out this week. They will be doing their tapings on Monday and probably on Tuesday, I believe, as well. So please do not, if I beg you, on Tuesday night, come in here and drop spoilers. Y'all did a great and fantastic job the last couple of months of not spoiling it for us until tonight's show. So we would really, really, really appreciate you guys not doing it again. Y'all do a fabulous job. I really don't even need to tell you this, but if some of the people that are new and popping in and want to come in here on a regular basis, we do not like to be spoiled. We like to be surprised and enjoy the moment. So we'd really appreciate you guys not do that if you don't mind. All right, so let's move on, Dave. Steel Young taking on Madison Rayne for the Impact Knockouts World Title. Another gripe I did not like about this match was the bridesmaids being involved. And this is a women's title match, and you have them having them come up onto the ring and grabbing Madison Rayne. Like, hello, ref, that's a disqualification. Instead of with that, we get up a five count for her to get off of her, which was goddamn silly. Other than that, I'll give them a quiet of credit because for a minute there, I thought maybe Madison Rayne was going to win. It looked kind of that way. I'm like, shit, I just said on last night's show I'll shave my head if Madison Rayne wins. So I'm like, oh, god damn it. Hopefully she doesn't. She did not win. The match was still okay. I'm not a Madison Rayne fan. You guys know that. I thought the build-up and everything else to this match was great. The way she sold the mandible claw, whatever Sue Young calls it, I thought it was great. Other than that, the match was okay. I'm just not a fan of Madison Rayne. I won't be a fan of her in the Mae Young Classic. I won't be a fan of her probably ever. And that's nothing against her personally. I just never really became a fan of her. So hopefully she does go away. I don't really want to see her in any more matches. There's really no need for her to be in Impact Wrestling. But I digress. Dave, your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean the match is okay. I guess it was a solid match, but would you really want a disqualification because someone grabs somebody? I mean, I
Well, I
wouldn't.
mean, what's the point of them being at ringside and getting involved with no repercussion? Like she's going out there and beating them up. Like what is?
Yeah, I
I just don't see
understand.
the point of it. Like there was no point of them to be there and to
I
get
don't.
involved in the first place.
I don't know what's next for Su Young. I don't know how far away Rosemary is to being able to come back yet or not either. But unless they're gonna turn Tessa Blanchard face, because Su Young's a straight up heel, that would be the only other match I could think of for Bound for Glory, which is coming up in October. So that's only a few months out. So I don't know how far Rosemary is away from coming back, because that would be to me the match to have right there. Rosemary and Su Young, that'd be the match they really didn't get to have because Rosemary was injured. But that would be the match to have for the title, those two facing off, other than Tessa Blanchard. But yeah, I mean,
could they possibly go the route to maybe bring in another woman?
well, they already are bringing a few, someone else in, but I mean, yeah, but right now in the division, your top female stars, in my opinion, are Allie, Tessa Blanchard. Wow, I mean, is that about it? Basically, they're your two top, and Rosemary.
Well, Kiera Hogan's pretty solid. She's pretty
But
solid.
there's rumors going around that she might not be there anymore.
Oh, that's a shame. I hope they try to keep her around, and unless she's going to be going somewhere else.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know.
She sticks around with Impact. She was doing pretty good there.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't saying she's gone, but maybe it was just someone saying that Impact really needs to keep Kiera Hogan or something like that. But yeah, I mean, I don't know who else you consider a top contender. What, Taya Valkyrie maybe? I mean, Rebel. I mean, to me, there's not.
Rebel? Did you just say Rebel?
Hey, she's better than the Street Profits.
Just say Rebel.
I mean, I really don't know who else you would throw
Rebel
in there besides
Bound for Glory, which.
Well, I'm just saying, who do you think the top female talents are in Impact Wrestling?
I mean, I agree with you. There's not very many face. What about Taya Valkyrie?
Yeah, I said her. I said Taya Valkyrie, but I still think Tessa Blanchard and Allie are above Taya Valkyrie.
Tessa Blanchard and who?
And Allie are above Taya Valkyrie.
Her contract was up, but she does want to stay in Impact. I think they'll sign her. Thick Taya, yes. Everybody calls her Thick Taya. I still don't see the hype in Taya Valkyrie. Is that why everybody likes her? Because basically because of her looks? Is that the thing? Because I haven't. I mean, she's had a couple of matches here and there that have been pretty solid, but she hasn't really gotten a real. Other than when she first came into Impact, she hasn't really gotten anything else of a push from Impact. So maybe she is next in line. I think that she will be next in line.
But she's a heel. Taya Valkyrie.
I think they're going to turn her face. Out of the two women, Taya and Blanchard.
Well, wait a minute. That's right.
Which two would fit more of the? Oh, Sienna too.
Yeah, but is she going to come back, though? I mean, because she still had that collapse along, so is she going to come back? That's another big question.
Okay, now here's my question. With Blanchard and Taya Valkyrie, which one probably would fit the face gimmick better? I think Taya would. Blanchard, the heel gimmick fits Blanchard. It
does, but you could turn her face and just go out there putting on great wrestling matches. But I get that. She does fit a heel, but I'm saying Tessa Blanchard is probably your number one girl on that show.
And that's maybe how you get her that shot.
But you don't want to have heel versus heel because that doesn't sell well. You know what I mean? Heel versus heel doesn't really sell that well. I mean, you want a baby face. Like, Allie and Tessa Blanchard went out there had a great match because Allie was the ultimate face, hometown girl against the heel. I mean, that made for a great storytelling and a great match. That's one problem you have. So with Taya Valkyrie, is it still Taya Valkyrie or would it be Taya Impact now?
That's a good question. That's a good point. That's a good point. All right, so, let's move on. I don't want to touch on this too much because we still got some other good matches to touch on. Su Young did get the win. We're not sure where this ends up, but it looks like they're kind of done with Madison Rain at the moment, and we'll see who the new up and coming feud for Su Young is in the next couple of weeks. All right. Boy, oh boy, there's 3 matches left that we could touch on. We have the 51-50 match. We have the hair versus mask match. And then, of course, we have the main event of the evening.
Let's go with the main event first because that was the least of these. Seriously, it wasn't that good.
Everybody, let's do world title. Moose versus Aries. All right. First off, let's just say this. Was Moose and Aries not put in the worst predicament in the world tonight?
Yeah.
Having to follow not only the 51-50 match, but to also follow the hair versus mask match. I mean, goodness gracious, Impact. Could you put them up against any harder circumstances? But I thought the match was still good. And I got to give Aries props because for Moose being that big, him being able to do brain busters and doing the type of stuff that he did to Moose is pretty damn impressive. And that just shows you the strength that Austin Aries has at his, had his height and all that stuff. But anyways, I thought the match was still good. I'm absolutely shocked Moose didn't win, especially how the ending kind of happened. It kind of happened like that. And maybe they were running out of time. The show ended like 3 minutes till top of the hour here at 10 o'clock here, 11 Eastern time. So they may have been running out of time. But Aries picks up the win. I still thought the match was good. I thought the spot where Moose threw Aries into the crowd was pretty nice. Some of the spots outside were pretty good as well. Dave, your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, for just a straight-up world title match, it was a good match. But having those other 2 matches really did this match no favors at all. I mean, because you look at like everything we got in the other 2 matches, and then you got just a straight-up good wrestling match, and it was a good match. I mean, Moose looked good out there, but it seemed like they were kind of playing up the story a little bit, what Aries was saying a lot, that you're not ready for this match, you're not ready for this title, and it really wasn't. I mean, he really wasn't ready for it. I'm not saying he wasn't ready for it, but yeah. Well, I guess I didn't know what I'm saying, but yeah, just to play up the storyline going into the match. So, I mean, yeah, Moose looked really good out there. Probably his best performance that he's put on since he's been there, in my opinion. And the whole throwing Aries into the crowd was a nice touch. And then the whole brainbuster on the outside with very little space to really do that. I was like, how the geez. Yeah, I mean, that was really like, oh, wow. But yeah, I mean, it was a fun match. I enjoyed it. I would have enjoyed it a lot more if we haven't seen those other 2 matches. But yeah, Aries won. He didn't really cheat to win. So, I mean, he didn't low blow him. He didn't pull a Shinsuke. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, he looked good out there. And yeah, he won with his little thing. I can't think what it's called now, but yeah. But yeah, it was a good match. Moose did good. Aries looked good out there. It helps Aries' reign look a lot stronger instead of just losing at Slammiversary, so it makes him look a lot stronger.
Nothing worse than seeing a former Yankee on my screen. How was it seeing Curtis Granderson on the TV screen, Dave?
Hey, he's also a Tiger. Yeah, he was a Tiger first, not a Yankee. Yeah. Hey, I like Curtis Granderson. He was a great outfielder for us. He was really great. Hey, this ain't baseball talk, but baseball talk would get the tables. But you know what? He was a great center fielder for the Tigers.
And it wasn't overdone with his kind of involvement into the match. He was involved, but he did a good job tonight. So let's move on to the next match, which is the match
that? Of course. Texas could say that.
The match before that, which was the hair versus mask match.
Oh, okay. Hold on a second. I gotta. Yeah. Hey, I think Red Sox fan apologized to me for the 9-1 loss today. I want to apologize to him for the 5-0 loss yesterday.
Oh man, shots are being fired. All right, we have the hair versus mask match, and this match was fucking insane. Like, this match was independent style hardcore. Like this shit you don't see on TV very often. What they fucking what was that? A spike being used and using it on their head and trying to stab each other, and the baseball bat spots and the chair spots. I'm surprised Sami Callihan was walking after this match, to be honest with you. But the match itself was really good, and the spinning I could have done without. I mean, Sami Callihan makes me not want to look at the screen sometimes with the shit he does involving his mouth. But all in all, I thought the match was pretty good. His hair is now gone. I'm not sure if this is the end of the feud, but the match was damn right brutal. Your thoughts, Dave?
Yeah, I completely agree. This match was a lot better than I thought it would be. I thought it was going to be really good, and I didn't think they were going to go there. And this wasn't really advertised as like an Extreme Rules, or not really Extreme Rules, but a hardcore match. But it really came out like one. I mean, man, they were just doing everything. I mean, man, the chair, the spike pile driver on the 4 chairs was freaking awesome. I mean, it really was.
Insane. That was insane.
And how they're going back and forth with those spikes, and it was just like, man, this match, they're tearing the house down right here. I mean, they just killed it in this match, and they had to follow. Aries and Moose had to follow this match, and I was like, holy shit! I mean, they freaking
City, yeah.
I mean, they killed it. Yeah, I mean, man, I love this match.
Now, question to everybody: with the type of stuff that they did to each other, do those matches are they a little bit hard to watch? So, we don't get that on a regular basis. Are those type of matches a little bit hard to hard to watch? Because there were chair shots to the head. I mean, they weren't holding back in this match.
I think the Chris brothers.
I really appreciate that.
The Chris brothers really took some chair shots to the head. Yeah, I get that. I thought you meant overall the match in general hard to watch. But I was saying, I think it was hard to watch when Mick Foley was taking those chair shots in the Rock at the Rumble that year. I mean, man, that was hard to watch. When Mankind was taking all like 10 or 12 chair shots to the back of the head and all that was hard to watch. This wasn't as brutal as it looked, but it could have been. I don't know. But overall, I kind of miss the style a little bit, I kind of miss seeing some, I don't know even know if it was real blood or not, probably not, but I kind of miss seeing just the hardcore style and this kind of no PG crap type of wrestling. I liked it. I enjoyed the match, and they just killed it out there.
Oh, speaking of HBK, a Red Sox fan is in here. If anybody doesn't know, I'm a huge HBK fan, and if anybody hasn't already, on Twitter, do yourself a favor. Thank you, Ducks fan. Really appreciate the Super Hearts tonight. Do yourself a favor. Hit up Shawn Michaels on Twitter. It's not midnight over here, asshole. So go on Shawn Michaels' Twitter account, and before it hits midnight, wish him a happy birthday from us at the Get the Tables. Everybody in the chat room would love for you guys to go in there, wish Shawn Michaels, the greatest of all time, a happy birthday. And I think this little dude right here, he would really appreciate it as well. This is a little mini HBK. So go in there, go in there and wish him a happy birthday. I think he would really, really appreciate it. So, all right, let's move on, right, Dave? I'm sure you went on there and wished Shawn Michaels a happy birthday, right?
Oh, of course.
Yep, see, there you go. See, make sure everybody, come on. If we got, 30 live viewers in here. Imagine if we got 30 tweets. Happy birthday at the end of the night. I mean, come on. I think that would make his night. So let's go on to the last match of the night. And I think, to me, this was the match of the night, by far. This might even be my match of the year. This may have topped the ladder match we saw at NXT TakeOver. This match was awesome. Brutal, high-flying, everything you'd want in a match of a 5150 hardcore match. I mean, oh my. Whoo-wee. We saw chairs. We saw tables. We saw tacks. We saw even Conan get a little bit involved. We saw all the things that we thought were going to live up to this match, and it blew this match out of the water. I thought this match blew expectations. Dave? Your thoughts?
Yeah,
they didn't win. Yes.
Yes. Well, they also lost the titles, but they got the win. But it's kind of confusing. But yeah, But yeah, this match was fun. I agree. I mean, this was a fun match, and this was another one of those matches that people were
Toronto,
complaining
no
about.
effect. Canada, no effects. I'm sorry.
Yeah, all those headshots, because even though they were with like mostly with just the cookie sheets basically, but I mean, people still complaining a lot about all those headshots in this match. But yeah, I mean, tables were in this match and tables were used in this match, unlike the House of Hardcore match. But yeah, I mean, this match is a lot of. I mean, the thumbtacks, I didn't see that coming at all, so that was a nice little swerve, I guess. You get some thumbtacks in the match. I mean, man, this match was fun. I mean, some crazy stuff went on out there in this match. I mean, man, you got everything. If you liked high spots and hardcore, people going through tables, man, this was the match. I mean, damn. I mean, you're right. It might be match of the year. It's better than anything we've probably seen all year anyway. So yeah, I mean.
I mean, we'd have to go back to and really look. I mean, it's July. I'm sure there's matches that we've seen that have been really, really good.
Okay, hardcore match.
Yeah, hardcore matches. I mean, this was pretty brutal. I mean, I thought the spot that I liked in the match, and it was something that I haven't seen before, is when Conan threw the tacks into the ring, and I'm not sure which one of the guys grabbed it and threw him in his face. That's something I've never seen someone do before. That was a nice spot. And then he did the frog splash off the ropes onto him. I thought the match was great. I thought that was a nice spot. I thought we were going to get more Kingston involved and Conan involved and more than we did. I would love to see Kingston get a singles run. I wonder what they're going to do. I was surprised Kingston isn't wrestling more. You would think he would. And King did throw in something as well. Omega versus Kyle, match he did thus far, but that was probably been one of the best shows overall in 2018. Yes. Oh, his mic works. Kingston's mic work is great, fantastic.
Yeah, I think definitely they're saving something for Bound for Glory. I think Conan's gonna wrestle at Bound for Glory, probably against Kingston or some kind of 6-man tag or whatever. I would assume they do something like that for their big.
Yeah, this feud obviously is not over by no means. So we're gonna see what happens in the next couple of weeks on Impact Wrestling. I thought the show overall was good. All right, so if you would like to come on the show and give us your thoughts on your favorite match of the night and then what you thought overall of the night, just let us know in the chat. Maybe press a 1 in the chat room and I can get your email. But Adam Baum, I'm about to send you a invite to the show so you can give us your thoughts on your favorite match of the night and overall what you thought of the show. So
you know what? I mean, it's really close because I think the last two matches, I don't know if it was the last two or not, but the LAX street fight and Pentagon and Sammy, I mean, I don't think you can go wrong with either match saying that was your favorite match of the night because they were both probably equally as good matches. Yes, there was maybe a lot more stuff maybe getting broken and stuff in the LAX street fight. But, man, Sammy Callahan, two guys just went out there and killed it. I really enjoyed that match. I wouldn't mind watching that match again because it was so good. But, yeah, I mean, I would say LAXM did probably have the best match. But, man, that Pentagon and Sammy Callahan match that's one thing I still have in my head right now. I'm still thinking about that match because it wasn't that long ago.
Oh, okay. So we have Adam on the show. You there, Adam? Can you hear us?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So give us a little bit of a rundown of what you thought of the show and then your favorite match of the night.
The show was paced perfectly to me. Like, the women's matches were good, but they weren't a whole lot until the last few weeks. And they had the shortest amount of time, whereas a match like Dreamer vs. Edwards, that was short, but needed to be because I think Dreamer's retiring soon. And
especially the way he looked tonight. He did not look very good tonight.
Dreamer's never retiring.
Yeah. I mean, he wrestled yesterday as well, so anything to do with it?
No, yeah, definitely, probably. I know you were very high on the hair versus mask match. the 51-50 match, and
Oh
also
yeah.
the what else? What else? Did you want to? What were you trying to explain in the chat room to Dave? Why don't you kind of clarify a little bit more on that?
Yeah. So in late 2013, early 2014, Impact had a weight limit on the X division. It was like 220, 230, something like that. You had someone like Samoa Joe who had no direction. And on top of that, you had all these, well, small guys who really couldn't connect with fans. Whereas someone like Brian Cage, to an extent, can connect. So it's one of those where it's like, if you cut off at a certain limit, you're going to get going to be filled with people who can't connect, and the division's going to be dead, essentially.
Okay,
Well,
that's a fair point.
well, if you don't think AJ Styles was connecting with fans when he was X Division champion, I disagree with that because he was. Or even a guy like Jay Lethal, I think he was X Division champion for a little bit, and Petey Williams. They were connecting with fans. They were killing it in these X Division matches early
They were
on.
connecting, yeah. Just like I said, in 2014 or so, becoming obvious because I remember Slammiversary 2015, I want to say, they had a six-way, and it was Tigre Uno versus Sonata versus the Wolves, Trevor Lee, and Suicide. And many of them are still with the company.
Okay, but what's the point?
The point is, there are times when I do understand what you're saying. Like, don't want to see him always throwing around cruiserweights, but there are times when sometimes having that bigger guy isn't always a bad thing.
Yeah, but when you have a big guy like that, he doesn't really. It doesn't make him look strong throwing around a cruiserweight. I mean, or nothing to not trying to diminish Seidel at all because he's a great worker, but I mean,
Yeah.
he should be fighting the bigger guys instead of going for the world title and all that, instead of going for the X Division title, which is not saying it's considered a cruiserweight title, but it kind of is when you look at it to that extent of all these guys.
Yeah, it is. It's just one of those. Actually, I know this had reign with the X Division title as well, and that didn't go over so well. So it's one of those where, depending on the person, it's a good idea. In this case, it's an idea to tide him over till Bound for Glory.
Right, and also his type of ring work, not so much his size. I think we all kind of disagree on maybe, and some some people may not like that someone that big is in an X Division match because it's going to be hard to believe that anybody with his size and that someone that small can beat him. But also Brian Cage being the way he can wrestle, athletic, he can do the flips, the stuff and things that he can do, can make a match against a smaller guy entertaining because he can sell those type of moves of the like when Seidel did I'm not even sure what that movie does with the flip where he has him on his shoulders and he did the flip. I mean, Cage showed that very, very good. You wouldn't see that with a Brock Lesnar type of guy or any type of other type of a big type of a guy. You know what I mean? I see where people can dislike it like Dave does, but in a way, Cage fits the X Division.
Brock could do that if he's facing a guy from the X Division or the 205 division.
Come on. I mean,
that would require Brock to show up.
You put Brock against Seidel, I don't think we get the type of match we get tonight.
Well, no, because Brock doesn't sell.
Well, that too, but Brock can't do what Brian Cage can do.
No, he can't. And Brian, I'm not trying to diminish Brian Cage because he's great and he's a freak. He really is. He can do these crazy flips and crazy moves. Yeah, but is it really believable that Matt Sydal was going to beat Brian Cage, give him his first loss inside the ring? No. I mean,
He should have.
no, I'm sorry, no, he shouldn't have because Brian Cage losing to Matt Sydal kind of hurts him a little bit. And now he's going to go out there. Heck, and Brian Cage will look phenomenal out there doing if he's going to do some X Division matches like Ultimate X or something like that. And he'll be great. I'm just not a fan of a guy that size being in the X Division when everyone else in the X Division is roughly 225, 230, if not a little bit more. You know, I know it's no limits, but the no limits line wasn't originally about the weight. It was more about these guys will go have no limits what they do inside this ring. That was what the tagline was about, not about the weight. It was about guys like AJ Styles. I mean, those type of guys, Chris Sabin, who are doing crazy moves that you've never seen before.
No, it's just going to be on all preference. It's going to be you're going to have people that like it and don't like it. So now, Adam, let me know. Match of the night.
I get what Dave's saying. So it's one of those whereas I like it, he doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually think that suits the because it's expanded more than just because there's a lot of people you could label as X Division wrestlers today.
Oh, definitely. I agree with you. Now, what was your favorite match of the night, and what did you think of the show overall?
Sami Callihan versus Pentagon Jr. Match of the night, match of the year right now.
Wow, okay. All right.
That match of the chairs, the fact that Callihan kicked out was amazing.
Yeah, I didn't think he was going to kick out. And like I said earlier, too, when we were talking about the match, I was surprised Callahan was able to walk after that match. That was a pretty brutal spot. Now, overall, what did you think of the show, 1 through 5? You know how we do the rating system here.
I'm going to give it a 4.5.
Oh, I'm surprised you didn't give it a 5.
No. There were a few nitpicks, like the bridesmaids. Other than that, it was paced perfectly.
Okay. All right. Well, Adam, thank you for popping on. We do appreciate that. We're going to probably have Adam a little bit on more often, especially on Thursday nights, to get a little bit of his intake on the match. This guy, along with a couple of others here, like Dreo, are big Impact fans, so they know what's going on in the world of Impact. So we'd love to get their opinions and their information on what's going on in the product. Adam, anything else you would like to say before we cut you off here?
Just I love the show. Keep up the good work.
Thank you very much, man, and do appreciate you coming in here tonight and on the late night as well. And thank you for always supporting our show.
Yeah. Anytime.
Oh, thank you, sir. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. That was our first ever Impact Wrestling call. Usually we get more WWE guys wanting to call in. Oh, whoa, Juanito dropping in the Super Hearts. Really do appreciate that. Again, everybody, we're so close to getting that super broadcast status on Periscope. Thank you to everybody that called in. That everybody that's dropping the hearts and super hearts tonight. Yeah, we did a call in. If someone wants to call in and touch on Impact and WWE as well, we're going to start trying to do more Google Hangout call-ins. It's a little bit easier for me to do than Skype in and all that stuff. Dave, rating system, 1 through 5. What do you think of tonight's show?
I think if you have matches of the year and matches like that, like we had with Callahan, like we had with the Fatal 4-Way to open the show, and like we had with the LAX Street Fight, I think matches like that, even though you might have had a couple bad matches, I think they overshadow and cancel out the bad matches. So I'm going to give it a 5.
I'm gonna give it a 5 too. I thought tonight's show. I can't give it a rave. I haven't seen it yet. You was right last week on a recommendation to watch them. I told you, Juanito. Thank you, Adam Baum, for popping in here, dude. Next time, don't be so nervous, bro. It's just you and I, just you and Dave in here. Don't be nervous. Just shoot the shit. You have opinion. Don't worry about the outcome. Just come on here and talk with us. I really do appreciate you coming on here and always supporting our show. But I called PD. Yeah, you did, Budweiser. Good call on that. Is this? This might be a stupid question. Which was the better show, Extreme Rules or Slammiversary? Dave.
You're right. That's a stupid question. I mean, Pentagon. No. Pentagon and Callahan was more extreme than Extreme Rules.
Right. Right. The House of Hardcore match was a lot more extreme than any match on Extreme Rules, and we complained on how less hardcore that match was actually. This might be the pay-per-view of 2018 right now. Right? You have to think about it.
No, I mean, you don't. I mean, because really, all the crap WWE's put on this year is like, geez. I mean, it's really been bad.
When you say smart and funny things, split side, I always got to give you a round of applause. He summed it up perfectly. Slammiversary is what Extreme Rules should have been. Exactly. He's absolutely correct with that statement. And we're not trying to compare shows, but he is right in a way. Come on, guys, right? I mean,
well, we are comparing shows.
We don't know. I'm just saying what we saw tonight should have been what we saw on Extreme Rules. That's extreme.
The biggest WWE's a PG and a public traded company, and Impact Wrestling isn't. I mean,
that's what I think. You know what's going to bring more people to Impact? And I'm going to tell you this right now, and it's what brings people to New Japan and to ROH. It's not PG. It's not kid friendly. They will go over the edge on certain storylines. They'll be edgy. They'll cuss. They'll say things that you would never ever hear on a WWE product. And that's what's going to make people go to Impact. That's what makes people go to New Japan and ROH and stuff like that, is because you don't see what we see in WWE. You know, you're not going to see a guy do a moonsault and yell, fuck you. You know, we're not going to see that type of shit.
Yep.
The feuds and the type of hatred and Impact makes it feel more realistic. You know what I mean? Because of the cussing, the intent, the type of extremeness they go on matches. You know what I mean? So it's a nice fresh breath of air with the two companies, or even with the other stuff that other people watch as well. And I think Red Sox fan who's a valid WWE hater can agree with that. I'm not. So now, what's next in line for Austin Aries? What do you think will be the new? We're all kind of expecting maybe Brian Cage, the whole option C, drops the title and challenges Austin Aries. Do you think that's the route they're going to probably go?
I mean, it would seem so, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, will he defend the title before then? I mean, probably on Impact or something like that. He'll defend it.
Yeah, because we do have 3 months until Bound for Glory. It's going to be in New York. Huge news for Impact. It's going to be in New York. That's got to be a huge show for them. So you're going to have to assume they're going to bring it. It is their WrestleMania of sorts. So we're going to have to probably see some huge matches. Yeah, and you would have to assume Brian Cage would be in the main event of that show.
Yeah. I mean, and look what they did for Slammiversary. They announced the #1 contender way before the pay-per-view even started. So you had your world title match already set, so they could get out there and promote it and say, this is your main event. It was Moose versus Aries. That was promoted and really well. I mean, because obviously, I mean, you could say Sami Callihan too. I mean, helped get that show over like that.
Dutchman made a good point in the chat room that they may have another special like they did a couple of weeks ago. What was that one called?
A couple of weeks ago, but Under Pressure.
Under Pressure, yeah. So maybe they do type of another special on Impact like they did last couple. I think it was a month or two ago when they did that. So I'm sure we'll see Austin Aries defend the title at least one more time before Bound for Glory. Same with Brian Cage. I'm sure we'll see a rematch with Seidel. But I think overall, Impact Wrestling probably will be a lot of buzz around them tomorrow, and it should be because they put on a great show tonight. As much as some matches may have been predictable, I thought tonight's show was pretty excellent. I thought they did a really good job, and I'm looking forward to Thursday night and seeing where they're going to go from here.
Yeah, I completely agree. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, so everybody, like I said, if you're not here or if you're new to the show, we go live every Tuesdays and Thursdays. And if you're here just specifically for Impact Wrestling, like our buddy Dreo here, I thought, we are live every Thursdays, and we touch on Impact on Pop every Thursday nights. So we do appreciate you guys coming in here. Yes, Scarlett Bordeaux will be debuting on Thursday night. I'm sure we're going to see Austin Aries on the show, maybe even Sami Callihan's new hairdo. Going to be interesting to see what they do on Impact, and I know a lot of people in here are excited. So let's all give a round of applause tonight to Impact Wrestling for bringing such a great show. 3 hours of excitement. They brought it. They did a good show. Thank you, Jordan Merrick, for coming in here. Do appreciate you guys. I thought they did a really, really good show tonight. Dave, anything else you want to pop in on until we're live again on Tuesday night? Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Over 1,000 viewers tonight. It was a slow night last night, but everybody came in here strong tonight, and we really do appreciate the love you gave us tonight. Dave, anything else you want to throw in before tonight's show?
One cool thing I seem like what we're doing is Monday they're doing the tapings for Thursday, and then I know they did announce when I was watching the pre-show over the intercom, whatever you want to call it, that in August they're going to be right back there again doing more tapings. So I'm guessing they're going to stay at the same place. I'm not sure how it's going to look for Impact, but it's going to be interesting to see what changes they make, if they make any changes, or keep the ropes yellow for a little bit. I don't know. But, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how it looks different on an Impact taping, because that crowd tonight was on fire. I can't wait to see how they look for the next couple weeks of Impact. So yeah, I mean, you almost want them to stay in Toronto like this. I mean, geez, this place. Are they going to go back to Sinclair College? I'm not sure, but man, this place is great. I hope they do at least a couple more shows there because that place just looked amazing. It kind of had like I don't want to compare it to WrestleMania, and you can't with the big crowds you get at WrestleMania. But it kind of had that big feel to it like a WrestleMania would, when you're watching it. It just had that presentation like this is really big. And it was. It really was a big show for them, but that's what I took from it. And then, yeah, I mean, can't wait to see what happens on Thursday.
Yeah, and I thought the show, it was paced well, like Adam Bond said when he came on. They did a really good job tonight overall. Yeah, some of the matches people may have not liked for certain reasons, but I thought the show did a really good job. Props to Impact, props to Don Callis, props to even Josh Matthews on commentary. He did a good job tonight. And guys, how hard that is. I can't. No, I'm lying when I say that. Josh Matthews has done a fantastic job on Impact with his commentary. I thought I used to hate on Josh Matthews quite a bit, and I have to give him credit. Maybe it was the tag team partner he was tag team with that made Josh Matthews not great, but him and Callis are a good combo. I really enjoy them too. Hey, the bot's in the house. What's up, bot?
Thank you. So do you like Josh better when do you like Josh better when he's not trying to be a character?
Right, yeah. I just like Josh when he calls the show. When he calls the in-ring action, he does a really good job. When he just calls in-ring action, and not be some kind of stupid, I don't want to say mark, but when he's a fan of guys like a Michael Cole type of character, when he likes someone, he throws it down your face. I like it when he's just a regular commentator, doesn't have fan favorites. He just calls the ring, calls the action. He did a great job tonight. He did a really good job.
Yeah, Don Callis and Bill DeMott, or I keep saying Bill DeMott, Scott D'Amore have really not just, and people think Don Callis because he's out front, but Scott D'Amore, both of those guys have really turned Impact around. Complete 180, and they've changed this company. It might not be changed completely right now, but they're really moving in the right direction. I mean, wow. I mean, how many people? I didn't see Chris Jericho tweeting about Extreme Rules, so there you go.
Yeah, and Josh Matthews is pretty much the main commentator. To me, what they and I'm not trying to compare them, so don't throw any heat my way. But to me, it reminds me of Jim Ross and Jerry the King Lawler. If you know what I mean, like because Callis has his favorites, you know what I mean, and he doesn't call the in ring action like Josh Matthews. I'm not trying to compare the two, but that's what to me it seems like that. You know how Jerry Lawler was kind of he would say off the top stuff and he would cheer for certain people. That's what it reminds me with Callis, and then JR would just call the in ring. Is that a silly comparison, Dave?
I think so, but I think Don Callis is kind of a really hot commodity right now because of his New Japan work. Him and Kevin Kelly, how they're doing great work in New Japan right now, and then so Don Callis kind of going back and forth, help running Impact and being the lead commentary guy, not lead, but the main focus guy on commentary. Tonight he looked like the great Punkin commentary guy, but that's another story.
But I think it could be more like a Cole and Taz team. Okay, that's fair. That's a fair compare. Yeah, a lot of sex bots tonight. I don't know. They must enjoy the Impact Wrestling tonight as well. So let's do a quick shout out. We almost had 2,000 viewers tonight. Thank you for all the support you guys give us. Like I said, we're this close to becoming a super broadcaster on Periscope, but you guys personally got us the gold badge on Periscope. So we do appreciate you guys popping in the hearts, getting us to almost 900 followers here on Periscope, getting us featured, I believe 4 or 5 times already. It's all because of you guys coming in here, popping in those hearts, sharing our broadcast, retweeting us on Twitter. If we wouldn't be here without you guys. And I know I repeat myself every time we have this show, but I just want to make sure you guys know that you guys mean a lot to us. So again, we'll be live again Tuesday night. Fortunately, touching on Raw and SmackDown Live. Hopefully, there'll be better shows than what we got last week. I think we all hope that we get better shows, especially tomorrow night, a 3-hour Raw, where we're going to get a special announcement from Stephanie McMahon. And then also to find out who goes on to face Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. Dave, quick prediction. Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, who you got?
You mean Bobby Lashley?
What did I say? Yeah, excuse me. I'm already predicting what we're going to get at SummerSlam. Excuse me. Bobby Lashley, Roman Reigns.
Hey, Alex is the one who said the whole SummerSlam thing, but hell, I could almost agree with him. I don't think SummerSlam is going to be better than this.
Oh.
It might star power-wise, but the matches we got tonight, I just don't know if SummerSlam is going to be like that. I won't. I mean, the matches we got tonight won't be like that on SummerSlam. But you know what? Really quick, isn't it? I found myself watching this tonight and not being as judgmental as I am towards when I watch a WWE product. I'm not sitting there like, oh, this is stupid, this is boring, or I find myself not being into it. And I actually find myself just enjoying the show as a fan, which a lot of times with the WWE product, I can't because it's so stupid and ridiculous what I'm watching.
You know what it sounds like, Dave?
What?
Sounds like you need a break from WWE.
Yeah, I mean, do you ever find yourself when you're watching Raw or SmackDown, it's like, man, this is coming. But then when I was watching Impact or Anniversary tonight, it was like I was able to enjoy it as a fan again. And maybe because Impact's not on so much during the week, that's why. It's only on once a week, and you only get these specials once every few months. And yeah, but prediction, likely we're going to see Bobby Lashley, or not Bobby Lashley. I hope Bobby Lashley wins, but likely it's going to be Reigns, and it's going to be another Reigns and Brock match again. Maybe it'll be a triple threat. Who knows?
Yeah, some people are saying maybe a non-finish, maybe a triple threat. It seems like the writing's on the wall of Reigns Lesnar rematch, but I'm going to go with Lashley pulling off the win, going up against Brock Lesnar. I don't. Maybe they do triple threat. I think that's another way they can go. And then we got Stephanie McMahon probably announcing the tag team titles and the all women's pay-per-view. So we'll see what goes down tomorrow night. Yes, Red Sox fan. What would you like to troll me with now? Maybe Lesnar shows up tomorrow and wrecks them both. Maybe. I mean, how awesome. I know we all hate on Brock, but how awesome would it be if Brock just showed up and just beat the shit out of both of them? I think that would be cool. I think that would be awesome. I think that would definitely get the crowd going. Now, is it going to happen? Definitely not.
No, I would say no because it's still July.
Yeah.
But also the G1 as well. I mean, I have been really enjoying watching a lot of those matches as well.
You're
And
right. It's not Red Sox, man. It's not. Fatal four-way. Braun announced himself to the match at SummerSlam. PD, he already said that he wants to win it via Money in the Bank. So I don't think he's going to be involved in that type of way. But you never know with the WWE. I mean, fuck, they fucking switch up storylines left and right. But we're not trying to make this a WWE show. So that's enough about WWE. Great show tonight from Impact Wrestling. They did a very, very solid show. Props to them. I'm excited for Impact on Pop on Thursday. They haven't really announced anything that's going to be on this Thursday night. I'm sure during the week after the tapings have taken place, they'll probably start announcing certain matches and stuff like that that's going to be happening on Thursday. I know I brought up WWE and I ended it, so there you go. So thank you again, everybody, for joining us. I just wanted to bring up that we will be live again on Tuesday, talking Raw, SmackDown Live, and then again on Thursday night, touching on Impact on Pop. Let's do a quick shout out to Budweiser, Jody Mania, Bob Aruski, Red Sox fan, Bliss Side, Adam Downs. Again, thank you for popping on the show. Jeffrey Cross, the Reverend. Is this a bot? It's a bot. Peck and Rod, Ted, Eugene, Broken Pete Burger, Juanito, and there's 11 more viewers that I cannot see. I think Alice, thank you again for popping in. Thank you again, everybody, for all the super hearts again. I do appreciate that. We all appreciate it. Thank you again for the hearts and sharing the broadcast. We really do appreciate everybody coming in here, interacting with each other. Dave, anything else you have to say before we end tonight's awesome show? I thought everybody, thank you for giving us the nice compliments. We do appreciate that. Like I say a million times, we wouldn't be here without you guys, and we do appreciate everything you guys do for us. Dave, anything else? Last thoughts, last comments, anything you want to leave with these lovely folks in here before we sign off?
Yeah, everyone, enjoy the moment you guys are feeling right now with this great pay-per-view. It just ended because we got Raw tomorrow, and it probably won't be great. I mean, it'll probably be get Stephanie's big announcement, taking credit for everything, and then we'll probably get a bunch of stupid, boring matches.
And don't forget, I already said this earlier, everybody, go online on Twitter and go wish this man a happy birthday. I know you want to. I know everybody's dancing in their room right now. I don't blame you. But go wish this man a happy birthday. What you're seeing on NXT, it's all because of him. I don't care if it's past midnight. You go and wish him a happy birthday. I don't care if he's blocked you. You go make up a new Twitter account and you go and wish this man a happy birthday. All right? So I didn't start off the show with this song, but we're going to end the show with this lovely song. Dave, again, thank you for joining us. Don't forget to go wish him a happy birthday. And anything else, Dave, you would like to say?
No, I think we covered everything.
All right. I love how everybody's loving this show. They're loving this song, man. This is great. We should open this show with this song every night. Don't you agree, Dave?
No, I don't. Because we want viewers to tune in.
Look, come on. And look, we got to get the mini guys in here. All right, everybody, go on Twitter, at Shawn Michaels on Twitter, and tell them a happy birthday. All right?
And say what happened to your hair.
No, don't say that. Ask them, wish them a happy birthday. Send them a nice little gif of a cake or something. Something like that. Come on. See, wish him a happy birthday. Or if even better, buy a Funko Pop of Shawn Michaels. Support him. All right, so we're going to end tonight's show. I think that was great. I love trolling the chat room because they troll me so much. It felt good tonight. That was great. How awesome was it that Slammiversary fell on Shawn Michaels' birthday? I was able to play this song tonight. So thank you, everybody. Y'all are awesome. You're great. We'll see you guys on Tuesday night. Y'all great. I hope everybody has a great Monday. I know it's back to work for a lot of people, so Everybody enjoy that Monday, and hope everybody can enjoy Raw tomorrow night. We will be live tweeting Raw. I'm not sure if Dave will be, but I'll be there live tweeting with everybody.
I'll be there. I want to see what the announcement is, if everyone's right.
And
Which,
then, go ahead.
I'll just say, obviously, what if the announcement actually is, oh, by the way, Roman Reigns is going to main event every pay-per-view going forward. That's probably just a big announcement. It's to be a Roman Reigns only pay-per-view. He's going to wrestle in every match.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Yes, I still have my hair. I have hair on top. Just the hat's covered.
Hey, that's pretty cool. You still got your hair on top?
So,
your hair? I bet HBK, which he did.
Oh, man, we should have had an HBK free day because it's his birthday. Jody Mania's birthday is July 30th. Well, I'll be damned. All right. Well, again, we might be live that day, so we'll see. So everybody, again, thank you for joining us. We'll see you guys Tuesday night. Have a safe Monday, and again, thank you everybody for the super hearts. Thank you everybody for the show tonight, for joining us. Over 2,000 viewers, so you guys were awesome. Thank you again. Have a great Monday. Have a great Tuesday, because we want to see you Tuesday night. Thank you, everybody.